right, so the most current definition I could find of trauma from the American Psychological Association website is that trauma is an emotional response to a terrible event like an accident, sexual assault, or natural disaster. Immediately after the event, it's followed by shock and denial. And typical longer term reactions include unpredictable emotions, flashbacks, strained relationships, and physical symptoms such as nausea or headaches. An ACE is an adverse childhood experience that can negatively influence development. Um, However, the lifelong effects of positive childhood experiences, PACEs, can mitigate the detrimental effects of the adverse ones. So if you can picture a large group having a picnic alongside a river, and all of a sudden we see a child being swept downstream. One of them kicks off the shoes, jumps in, and helps the child to the riverbank. While others ensure that everything's going okay, they hear another and another child. And soon everyone rescues children from the river and helps those be pulled to shore from nearly drowning. Then they notice a friend has left them and is running upstream. And they call her saying, "Where are you going? We need you here." To which she replies, "I'm going to find the hole in the bridge." And when we look at ACEs and some of the studies that I'm going to discuss, there is data linking childhood adversity with later risky behaviors, such as drug use or other risky behaviors like poor developmental outcomes, health behaviors, chronic illnesses. So lots of links there. So in early adversity and neurobiological adaptation to stress, we realized that this was the hole in the bridge. And so this is from one of those articles. And this is not to argue against pulling struggling children out of the river, but we should do what we can to repair the bridge itself. And during the past 2 decades, multiple studies with thousands of people from diverse populations have established a strong and consistent connection with adverse childhood experiences and later health and chronic conditions. And this is reaching a wider audience now. Adversity can literally get under the skin. It gets into our DNA, changes the brain and our cells. The human body is programmed to respond to danger in ways that promote survival, such as our ancestors did from running from bears and tigers. And these responses are triggered from modern day stress, but can lead down the road to diseases such as heart disease and cancer and obesity, substance use, mental health issues, and relationship problems. Because we're not running from tigers and bears anymore, although some of these situations are very dangerous. So just as the effects of ACE influence development, so do nurture experiences. These lifelong positive effects of childhood experiences can mitigate the detrimental effects of ACEs, such as unconditional love from a parent or other adult, family routines, sitting down to eat together, and developing talents and skills through hobbies, sports, and volunteering in the community. So one of the studies found that extend the link between childhood trauma and problems later in life and into adolescence. So this reinforces the underscore for trauma-informed public health approach to systematic screening, prevention, and early intervention for traumatized youth in child service systems. Rates and exposure to childhood trauma and other extreme adversities are high. And one study reported 68% of a representative of 1,420 youth reported experiencing a traumatic event that met the DCM standards for post-traumatic stress disorder, and that has to include a actual or threatened death of a serious injury or threat to physical integrity of self or others before 16. So 68% of almost 1,500 students had experienced this. So my question for the class is that I am wondering if you guys have done your own ACE scores, and if you have, or if you're aware of it, how do you feel it affects your daily life as a student? Thank you.